on a second. Maybe. Oh, I see what I did. You know what I did? I never clicked live. Jeez Louise. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, dude. Like, we're just going to have to start all over now because I am such a dummy. I've been sitting here talking to everybody on Rumble for like the last, I don't know, how long we've been live? Like 10 minutes? So I've actually been live for 10 minutes and I forgot to click live on YouTube. But luckily, everybody stuck around in the live chat. So, oh my gosh, dude, I tell you, I need a list on the wall in front of me. Things to do before you go live. No joke, that's what I need to do. So maybe I've been sitting here complaining the whole time to all my YouTube viewers that I can't see their comments in the chat feed and I can't see the numbers and all that stuff. So nothing was working. But technically nothing's working still. So we're going to see what happens if the feed catches up. Let's, jeez Louise. So I guess we're going to have to start over. So everybody on Rumble who's been listening to me rant for like 10 minutes, sorry, stick with me. Ultimately, if you guys understand anything about me, you know that this is something always happens that makes me look like amateur hour. But I'm figuring it out to the best of my abilities. And let me tell you guys from YouTube what I'm doing. And essentially, this live stream, we're going to be talking about missing person Roy Whited. And to start over again, he is a 64-year-old man from White County, Tennessee, good old White County, Tennessee, the same county where all these other stories are coming from. And you know, it's another one of those cases where man just up and disappears like a fart in the wind, you know, and this is like, I just don't get it. I don't get it to save my life. But you know what? The story goes, you know, 64-year-old, he was last seen May 3rd, 2024 in the area of Lovejoy Road. And I'm going to pull up the map on Lovejoy Road and we're going to go over the map. We're going to look at all this stuff and you guys hang out with me in the process, see what we can figure out. But apparently, like the story goes, he was last seen wearing a beige colored shirt, cowboy hats. He has a medical condition, might impair his ability to return safely without assistance. And that, you know, that makes me think right there, like just something off the top of my head, you know, and I like rambling. If he has a medical condition that impairs his ability to return safely without assistance, that's exactly what I'm reading here. Why is he alone? Now, I understand elderly people and you know, everybody has their golden years. They have like assisted living. Somebody comes over to check on them every now and again. Or there's full-time, you know, assistants that, you know, obviously stay with them 24/7, like live in, stuff like that. So I'm learning here as I go, but it's crazy that they're saying, you know, if he gets lost, you know, he maybe, or, you know, dementia or something like that, you're not going to be able to find him. He's just going to wander off. So that makes me right there wonder, why didn't he have, you know, somebody watching him? Why wasn't he with family? I don't know everybody's story. There's so many people on this planet. Who really knows? But either way, it kind of sucks that if he did just walk out of his house because, you know, he was confused, then it'd be nice if somebody was there to grab him by the arm and say, get back in the house. But I don't know, but it's one of them stories. White County up there in that Tennessee area, poof, vanishes. And there was a story, you know, the what do you call it, the SpartaLive.com. Obviously, Sparta is the city in White County. They did a massive search, and the story is hundreds of volunteers. They're going to arrive at, like, this already happened. This is all past tense, but they arrived at Lovejoy Road approximately 8 a.m. Sheriff Page, that's the guy that I was hugging in the video with the two teenagers. And he set up strict guidelines for volunteers to ensure their safety. Apparently, the areas they were searching has lots of overgrowth and waste. It's waist high and infested with snakes. So they made all the volunteers sign a release and all that. And even though apparently hundreds of volunteers showed up to search for this guy, they came up empty. They did not find anything. Doesn't make any sense to me to say, you know, if he wandered off, walked outside and somewhere, you know, what led up to the call? What led up to him? Just like so many of these cases were like, oh, he was last seen here and he disappeared without a trace. And I'm like, well, what causes someone to walk outside or presumed healthy enough and disappears and then dies. Now, I know there's a lot of variables. Like, did he walk outside of his house, trip and fall, and he couldn't get up, and eventually the elements got him and he passed away? Obviously, if he tripped and fell outside, you would have been found. You know, how far did this guy walk? Where did he go that a huge search party of hundreds of people couldn't find him? That's a wild, you know, your mind can run wild with this stuff, and it happens so much that you got to wonder, like, is this a pattern? Is this just people get to a certain age and they have medical conditions, and if they're not cared for in the proper way, they could wander off and get hurt, and, you know, something happens and they pass away. And I always wonder the elements of when these people pass away, you know, like, because I understand an elderly person walking outside and they get caught up in it's cold, you know, and they freeze to death. You know, they got lost and they freeze and they fall down. But the fact that he was never found. Now, I want to pull up this map really quick. Let me get it open and logged in before I show you guys. But essentially what I'm talking about is there's a lot of land around where he lives. And I wonder how, like, I know somebody kept a map of this place, right? But I don't know. Let me get rid of this. Let's jump over here on the map really quick. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. Right? Like, now this, let me zoom out really far. Now, I don't know where he lived. And once again, the live stream is still not working for everybody on YouTube. I don't know why. So if you guys want to chat with me, you might want to jump over to YouTube and start commenting, because I can't see your guys' comments and they're coming through really fast. So you guys might have some info that I don't know, and we can, like, implement it to this map. So by all means, if you want to chat with me, open up Rumble, do that, or stick on YouTube. Either way, it's all good in the hood. So do you, man, do you. But like I was saying, I'm going to open this thing because this is always fun to play with. It's always hard to move, though. Very glitchy. See, look at that. You can't even grab it. There we go. Let's move it over here. Kind of out of the way, but this right here, this is like where Lovejoy starts. Come on. There we go. Goes all the way down here, and then it ends, right? That's where we're looking. Now, let me figure out how to get rid of that. Okay. There we go. So this is Lovejoy Road all the way down, right? I don't know where he lives, but apparently he lives in a white trailer. So let me zoom in here. That's where I want, like, you guys in the chat room to help me out and see if we can figure that out, where he lived. Man, that just sucks. It's like I got, like, oh man. Sorry, I got sidetracked here. I'm looking at this. I don't know why the numbers don't work. What does that button do? Currently streaming to Rumble, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, all platforms. Now streaming. Cancel. Okay. That's weird. I don't know why that. Like, I guess for some reason YouTube or Rumble doesn't see YouTube, even though YouTube is here. So whatever. We're just gonna go with it. I'm gonna be all over the place with this damn live stream. I'm already lost. But like I said, somebody hit me in the comments and let me know if you guys know exactly where Roy lived, because I know it's a trailer, and I mean, we got a couple trailers here. Actually, there's trailers all over the place, so I couldn't tell you. I'd like to know where he lives, but without knowing where he lives, that is the road right here. That's the road. That's Lovejoy Road. So he's got to live somewhere on that road. And apparently down here at the end, all the way on the end, I mean, you got to look at this. If he somehow made it into these woods and, like, just kept walking, maybe he could have ended up in this pond or lake, whatever you call this thing, somehow. But that's a hard, that would be really hard. And, like, I don't know. Looks like somebody owns this. Little houses back here and trails and stuff. Couple buildings over here. He very well could have been out there, but then you got to, like, think big picture. Look at all this land on this side. Look at all that land. This is nothing but wilderness. Like, you know, probably hundreds of acres right here, all over this place. You know, now chances are, how far did this guy walk before he ended up, you know, passing away or falling or something? I gave you his address before. Give me a minute and I'll get it up again. Candace is giving me the once over. Candace, saving the cabin. That is my wife, by the way. She's going to find the address for me, and then we can pinpoint exactly where he went missing, and then we can go from there, kind of do a little circle around. But let me see here. While we're waiting on Candace, let me jump back over here. Let's see if this thing works really quick for me. Nah, it's not going to work. It never works. That's very weird. I don't know. $22. That's weird. That's working. Oh, well. I'm about to talk to my guy. You know, like every so often I'll read these campaigns off the side. You know, that's essentially how I get paid, but they're not working. Like every time I click, then you accept it, and then essentially I just read it to you. It says ineligible to perform campaign. I don't know. That does that to me every time. I have to call my guy at Rumble because, like, essentially that's how these videos are sponsored now. Like YouTube still throws commercials out, I guess, in the replays, but I don't know. What can you do? Well, this might just be an ad-free live stream. But Built on the Rock Homestead is really trying to get a hold of Candace. But anyway, let me jump over here to YouTube really quick, see what you guys are saying in the comments. I was unsubscribed again, working on me now, Jeremy. Hit go live. Oh, working for me now that Jeremy hit go live. Yeah, that was my bad. I don't know what I was doing. So let's see here. So what can I say here? Give me a minute. I'm trying to think. Because I don't know. Let me open this back up, show you guys what I'm looking at. There we go. All right, I think Candace is still looking up that address. We'll see what they say. I'm just kind of beside myself that YouTube is being a butt right now. It's kind of ruined it. It's kind of ruined it for me. It says 300, and those are all from there. Yep. That don't make Jeremy happy. It's kind of thrown me for a loop. Okay. Let's jump back into this. So this guy is missing. Okay, he went missing. Lovejoy Road. Apparently he was last seen wearing beige-colored shirt, cowboy boots, and he has a medical condition. We don't know what that is. There was a search. Hundreds of volunteers showed up on Lovejoy property, 8 a.m. Obviously, this was May 21st, and did a search. How good was the search? How thorough? How correct it was? I have no idea. I assume they know what they're doing because this was ran by the police. That's my assumption. Sometimes that is the wrong assumption. So, and over here, let me just change the map. Now, this is Lovejoy Road. It's a lot easier. You can see it right here. This is Lovejoy Road, right? And if you go back to the satellite image, this is all what we're working with here. Because I still don't know his address. So where could he have gone? Let me go back to YouTube. I really need this guy's address. I was unsub. Oh, man, I tell you what, the chats must be not coming through. That got 220 people watching, and Rumble cannot even see it. Not happy with that at all. Weird. So, does anybody try to help me out? Wrecked and recover. Andy, watch. I don't think he has mods. Candace is a mod. I have other mods. Apparently, they're not in here with me on YouTube, so I'm just gonna run with it. I think. What do we got a problem in the chat? There's spammers. Something going on over there. Need to control those guys. Yeah, there's a huge delay on the live, I think, on YouTube. That's just how it is. There's really nothing I can do about that. It's quite annoying, to be honest with you, but anyway. Fee folly. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh no, my camera shut off. Hold on a second. I'm back. Camera likes to shut off on me. It's very weird. This is gonna be a messed up live stream. I'll tell you guys right now, just because I'm so flustered because nothing worked out exactly how I wanted it. But I think it's working out. We got to work out the bugs, right? We definitely got to work out the bugs. I wonder, let me look on here really quick, see if I can find something about Roy on Facebook. Because it'd be nice to see if anybody else has like been looking for him too, like family or something. Let me throw this over here so you guys can look at that. So May 13th, the Tennessee, the TBI, the feds, they decided to put out a post on this missing Monday. So I got a day all dedicated for missing people. I guess that's cool. The comments under that, let's see if we can find some family. Lots of prayers. Always lots of prayers. I guess that's good. Kind of want to see somebody in the family. Look, somebody tagged me. That's pretty cool. It's 9 weeks ago, though. I don't live far from his house. I heard that a nearby neighbor had video of him walking out his back door into the woods around 2:30 a.m. Saturday morning. Can anybody verify? One comment. What town do you live in? That didn't help any. So let's see here. Let me find the chat again. See if Candace found that address. Doesn't look like it. And I'm looking at the Rumble chat right now. So if you guys are trying to chat with me in what do you call it over here on YouTube, like I can't see the chat. So that's the problem, dude. If I schedule the chat, if I schedule this, it's just not working. I think this is just it's just glitches. I think there's still bugs in the system, so it's not going to work. So I think going forward, so I can see everybody's chat, I'm going to have to it's just going to be like at 6 o'clock, I'm going to go live, but you're not going to get notified. So you just have to write that down on your hand every day, 6 o'clock. Unless it's like breaking news or a special live stream, something like that. Like I'm on my phone out in the field and we've solved a case. I'll go live and it's going to be a breaking news event. That's what I'm going to do. So as we figure this out together, I really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me, because obviously this is just a complete shit show, because like it's just me rambling and showing you guys stuff. But essentially what I'm doing here is I'm just looking on the internet to see like if anything has popped up about this guy on Facebook. Let's see, I'm back over here on Rumble side now. And so I typed in on Facebook, Roy Whited missing, see if anything comes up. May 8th, Tennessee Missing Persons put out a post. Had 10 shares, no comments. Missing Person Cases Network. They put out posts all the time. I follow them. And like multiple posts a day. Only 2 shares. And there's me trying to help out. Look at this guy. Exploring with a nug. So public statement information on the disappearance of Coach May 17th. As concerned friends of Roy, we would like to communicate some information about his disappearance and hopes doing so will help us locate him. We have no desire to present misinformation, misleading information, or to present the local law enforcement with a negative light. Whoops. Furthermore, we do not desire to peddle in rumors, speculation, or false accusations. Is this isn't I wonder why he tagged me. I hope this is not aimed towards me. Everyone close to this investigation has continued to consider all possibilities in this manner. We are aware of the dire realities of the situation. However, we desire truth and hope for God's providential leading for us to discover Roy, our father, brother, friend, colleague, and coach. We want to make it clear that misinformation in this communication piece is our fault. I wonder what they're talking about. We do not speak for local law enforcement agencies or any individuals. This is a lot to read. I don't know if you guys want me to read it all or not. But so it looks, let me go, where am I? Over here. There I am. Residence on Bon Air Mountain. It looks like we got the address. So let me go over here really quick and type it in. See if we can narrow this down. 1345. Whoops, there you go. Lovejoy Road, Sparta, Tennessee. Wham. Okay, so let me see. The comment goes, Roy searched day to comb the area of whited residence on Bon Air Mountain, 1345 Lovejoy Road. So the pictures I saw in that news story was him in a trailer. No, I take it back. That looks like the same house. Let's go back over here. I think this is the trailer he lives in. Yeah, I think that's it, because there's a makeshift car, there's a carport, and there's the back. And that's that. Okay, that's his house. So let's start off with the fact that somebody around here, maybe this guy, has a camera, and it was aimed this way. And about 2:30 in the morning, he caught him walking out the back of his house. Or maybe this guy, but this guy can't see the back unless he walked out of the house and went that way. And then like that camera picked him up. But so that just doesn't help even a little bit. I mean, because that's just like, if he walked out the back 2:30 in the morning, it's pitch black. You would think he's not far. Like, he's got to be somewhere in this area. I mean, how far? Maybe he hit this road, and that's the only thing like that kept him to keep walking, was he had something to walk on. And I mean, I don't know much about dementia. You realize you didn't go live. Yeah, Osborne from Twitch, just in case you read this chat, YouTube stream is working since you realized you didn't go live. It is working on YouTube. Yes, absolutely. But I am streaming from Rumble Studio. So essentially it's like OBS, but it's Rumble's version of OBS. And usually I can see the chat, but I can't see it right now because of I scheduled the post, and it's just crap linked up in space and all. I don't know. It's crap. I'm going to fix it next time tomorrow. And that way maybe it'll work. I don't really know. But what I was saying was, so this is his house, and a camera, neighbors supposedly said at 2:30 a.m., seen him walk out of the back of his house and vanish. So, I mean, man, look at, I mean, he could be anywhere back here. And this, I don't know, how far could this guy have gone? You know, like, did he walk back here and then make like a hard, I guess we're looking at it, his version, like he turned right and then just like stomped through all the woods. Now we're also talking May. Everything is green. It's weeds, briars, snakes, bugs, you know, whatever else out there. You know, he could have fell somewhere that wasn't searched. Now, I would love to get with the search party and at least just see a map. Like, what squares did you guys search? You know, obviously I bet they lined up, you know, we'll say 100 people lined up and then just started stomping one direction. You know, they moved their line down, stomping the other direction, seeing, you know, until like that. Oh my goodness, check this out. Let me go over here really quick. In the military, for instance, we would, now I'm just throwing this out there because I want to talk to you guys about stuff. We, on the aircraft carrier and out on the flight deck, there's a big thing about, you know, coins, screws, little pieces of metal, anything, any minute pieces of anything can destroy an aircraft and bring it down. For instance, like a penny can fall into the cockpit and get lodged somewhere, and then, like, you know, it just, the domino effect, and the airplane crashes, and worst case, the pilots die. You know, very terrible situation. So we would all, like, multiple times a day, depending on, you know, our shift, everybody in the squadron would go out to the flight line, you know, everywhere where the planes go, you know, the taxiways and the flight line and everything. We would line up, you know, 100, 150, 200 strong, like, you know, elbow to elbow, and we would walk at a pace and we would stare at the ground. And every teeny little tiny thing we seen, screw, penny, rock, anything, we would pick up and put in our bag, everything. And we would find everything too. We would never lose jets, and we would find all kinds of stuff. I found coins all the time, screws that fall off jets, random stuff that somehow made its way out there. I think somebody found a fork once. That makes no sense, but still. And the same thing on the aircraft carriers. We would line up on the front and we would march to the back. And then we'd even have other people running around with magnets with wheels on them and just squeaking around everywhere. And that they'd pick up screws and stuff too. This even happens. So what I'm saying is we were incredibly thorough. We were looking for screws and tiny pieces of metal. So depending on how this search went, was it the same way? Did they line up like that, marching down all that stuff, or were they just all over the place? Just get out there and see what you can find. Just let us know if you find something. So everybody's wandering around. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm assuming it was led well. We're just giving the benefit of the doubt. It was led well. But at the same time, 100 strong, didn't find anything. Didn't find a shoe, a boot. Didn't find him, obviously. Were there dogs involved? Let me see. Greasy hands. Dementia people with dementia go straight. Do they not? I don't know. That's a very good question. We'll just leave that question open for the people watching, and let me know in the comments if you can about that. But I know in cars, supposedly, like when people have crashed in the waters and they had dementia, like there's something about like if they're going straight, they just want to keep going. Something I forget how it is, but they don't stop, or they just want to keep going, so they go straight into the water. And sometimes the road ends at the water. So they just whoosh right out into the water. And that's what happened to like the first guy that we assisted in searching for. Found him down, I think it was Louisiana or something like that. But he was a veteran. Been sitting there 7 months under about 10 foot of water. And he had dementia. And yeah, that sucked. But you can tell he hit that water going really hard because the boat ramp was right there. And we was finding pieces of his car on the boat ramp still. After 7 months, nobody put two and two together because, his car parts were laying all over the place. It's crazy story. But like I said, he didn't stop. He just whoop, and like rather he didn't see the water and it was a crazy accident, or this illness, this dementia, just causes them to just go, and they just keep going. Even driving, I don't know about walking, but it could possibly be. We'll jump over here really quick, see if I'm not missing anything. I'm not Kitty, Paul Chapman. I don't have Rumble, so no clue. I mean, if you don't have Rumble, it's no big deal. If you do have Rumble or you want to get Rumble, it's very cool. Just go over to rumble.com. It's the exact same thing like YouTube, Facebook, any of these other places. It's just another place to view videos. And I went over there and tried it out. Mohawk Mom says they tagged me in that post to get my attention. Yes, they do. The problem with that is like I do my best on Facebook and all that stuff to I want to help. I really want to help. But sometimes it just passes. It skips me by. So sometimes if somebody's really trying to get a hold of me, any of you guys, for instance, Facebook Messenger is the best way to do it, or send me an actual email. I don't get lots of emails from people who, so I check my emails. I'd never miss an email. Let's put it that way. So if you got something important you want to tell me, probably should just email me. It's the GarrettDork@gmail. That's the one I check all the time. There's all kinds of other emails out there. Candace will let you know, but I think the best way to get a hold of me directly is through my GarrettDork@gmail account. And I won't miss that. So like if you guys, any tips, any cases you want us to look at, and by all means, if you guys found a drone for me that's thermal, I would love it, because this is one of those cases. I shit you not. It makes me, it's just, let's just say, let's go back to when he went missing. I already forget. Was it May? He's last seen May 3rd. Now, obviously, that is a month and a half ago. May, June, July. That's like 2.5 months ago. No sign of him, and he presumed to be walking out on foot. This is not going to be a good ending story. I'm 99% sure we've lost Roy, but obviously, it'd be nice for the family to know where he went. He obviously has people out there who care about him. A lot of people, because I've gotten messages about him, just people that knew him from school. You know, he was a high school coach. He was a preacher. He was a pillar of the community, and he vanished. And now this isn't one of those cases where this is a cute young teenager or a girl with a checkered past, drug, you know, an addict, homeless, all these girls that go missing. And you know why they're going missing, because people are snatching them up. And as bad as that sounds, that's just how it is. That's how it is. But this is a 64-year-old man, and obviously he had a medical condition, and he disappeared without a trace. Makes no sense to me. Outside looking in, how can somebody walk out their back door in the middle of the night and not be found? Been 2.5 months now. I mean, if he is found now, it's going to be hard, because there's no body left anymore. You know, to be crude about it, we're going to be looking for bones, and if animals got to him, he's going to be scattered around. So it sounds horrible. I hate talking like that, but that's just the crude reality of it. And so the real question is, how far does he go? You know, he walked out. You know, which way did he go? Did he bust through the woods? You know, and he kept going. Like, I don't know how this place looks now. Like, because obviously these pictures are taken and they're dated, these Google images. So this place could be completely grown in. You know, but that would just slow down his movement. So you would think, like, this is his backyard. Let's get a bigger picture here. You see, there's a lot of well-groomed area that obviously if he passed away right here, he would have been found. You know, so did he make it to the tree line? Yeah, let's zoom back out. And he's over here somewhere. Or let's just I wonder if there's an easier way to go backpedal here. Trying to figure out an easier way to run this thing. Know what I mean? Let's do this. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. So if he walked through this, because we would have found him in his backyard. You know, like what about this spot? Has this whole area been searched? You know, this whole area, that, like, in the trees where it's the thickest, has that all been searched, I wonder? You know, and then if he did miss like, how far, what was their search parameters? Like, did they really go nuts with it? All these questions. I just don't know. You guys know? I don't know. Where would the moon be then? That's a great question. I wonder, is there a way you could look up, like, what was the weather like the night he went missing? Was it cloudy? Was it a nice sky, full moon, twinkly stars? Because that could help him see a little bit more. But if it was cloudy, maybe pitch black. So, like, if he's stomping through the woods, he would just keep going. You know, now would he walk in a straight path and just keep going all the way back until he finally exhausted himself? Or I don't know if you guys have ever done it. If you're walking in the dark, you think you're going in a straight line, but you start veering off, you don't really know what's going on. So, you know, is that something he could have done? You know, did he hit these roads? I don't know. And it goes back there too, man. Like, how far could he have made it? Here's a creek back here, very windy little creek. And then you got the Spain Lake, but it seems pretty congested in this area. You got to get through the trees. And now look how far we're talking from here all the way to the water. Like, if he went out the back, maybe he made a huge turn and he hit the road, and then he kept walking on this. You know, and then somehow made it right here and passed away. Or maybe he's in the mud somewhere right here. And these are long walks for this guy. 64-year-old man. Like, he's I don't know how healthy he was or how in shape he was, but, like, it's pretty hot. I mean, obviously it's 2:30 at night, so it's not that hot, but how far did he let's see. So Brody's mom says dementia people, when lost, just keep going until they are exhausted. So he would have walked and just kept going, is what you're saying. Like, he would just keep going, maybe just zigzagging through, and then bam, he passes out from exhaustion, and that's where it is. You know, what was his sense of direction like? You know, he could how far could he have made it in his condition. You know, I mean, how hydrated was he? You know, what does this area look like? And how far could he have made it through the weeds and through the briars, bugs, you know, trees, bushes, all that stuff? Or did he hit this road right here and he just kept going all the way down? You know, he would have walked that road. Like how far? And then if he passed out on the road, what, you know, they obviously would have found him on the road. I don't know. I wonder what the statistics are of somebody who walks like a whole, like how many miles do you think somebody with dementia can walk? Yeah, Greasy Hands asked, how fit was he? I mean, he was a 64-year-old man. I can't find any pictures of him. I know they're out there, but this is the only picture that's been floating around. It's probably his driver's license picture. You know, he could be shredded. I have no idea what he looks like physically, but let's just say 64-year-old man, average shape. You know, he might take care of himself, or, you know, he might just be a country boy. Just he works, comes home, drinks some beers, goes to bed, gets up, does it again. That's his lifestyle. So maybe he wasn't in that good of shape. Maybe he was just in what your average shape, which isn't really that good. Dude, there's an ant on my camera. That is so distracting. He's trying to get his 5 minutes of fame. He's going to die on camera if he comes any closer to me. But like I was saying, you're just your average run-of-the-mill dude. You know, you're not in horrible shape. You're not an Olympic runner. How far can you walk? And obviously, you got if he has dementia, I don't even know if that was the medical condition. And he just keeps on walking. How far can somebody 64 years old of age, average condition, can walk? And how many miles? And then it's not just on a road; it's on through rugged conditions. You know, bushes and briars and trees, and it's nighttime. I don't know how hot it was. Was he hydrated? You know, all these variables is something you got to think about. But what's a silver alert? I'm assuming a silver alert is when somebody of advanced age, I don't want to say old, but when somebody who is older goes missing, I think they call that a silver alert. I could be wrong. It might just be a Tennessee thing. You know, everybody's got their own thing. Amber alerts, silver alerts, you know, some other alert, you know. But I'm sure somebody's going to answer in the comments too that this is what a silver alert is. So any caves or wells, I have no idea. That's one thing I don't know. Like, I haven't been to this area to look. I want to, I really do. But this is one of those cases where what can I bring to the table that can change, you know, that can help really, because they've done a search already. Hundreds of people. That's what the story goes. That and they didn't find anything. So what can I come there and do besides search those ponds? Or if I had the thermal drone, it wouldn't help now, but let's say May 3rd rolled around, I could have been there the next day, you know, or that night. If that's the thing, man, that is my vision. Is it's one thing to just, you know, we have all the stuff that we do right now. It is search and recovery, right? It is we're searching for something to recover. That means the cases that we're doing, it's pretty much we're already accepting the fact that the person we're searching for has passed away. And I don't like thinking that way. You know what I mean? I like the saying search and rescue. I like that saying. But I want to be part of cases that involve the rescue, the element that somebody could still be alive. And I think there's a huge problem between searching for a missing person. What is that? Oh, sorry, it's a thumbtack. Searching for a missing person or trying to recover a body. You know, like no, the thumbtack distracted me. Let me start that one over. I think there's a problem with when somebody goes missing and you have family members that know they went missing. Like I know let's say for instance, Roy talked to his daughter every night. Ritualistically, that's what they did. You know, he's 64. If he has any kids, they're adults, and they're very close. This is all just a big theory. I'm just making all this up, right? I have no idea if it's true or not. They talk every night. And the night that he goes missing, they didn't talk. It immediately made daughter nervous. So she goes over there. She discovers he's missing. She knows he was there and he's not there now. She is nervous. She is scared. She calls the police. The police they'll come out, they'll do their thing, but hit or miss, they're going to do anything about it until like the next day. They're going to be like, well, let's wait and see if he comes back. Well, chances are it's just a runaway. They'll show up, stuff like that. Some of these cases get put off, and there is a window between somebody who is injured in the woods, who is dying, until they're dead, depending on their injuries and the elements and all the variables. You know, like, you ever see that Naked and Afraid showed? 3 days of no water typically is fatal. 3 weeks, no food, average, fatal. Variables, again, weight, the kind of person you are, stuff like that. But on average, that's how they put it. 3 days, no water, dead. So if you get that 3-day window, let me back up for a minute, because sometimes that's not true. They say 3 days with no water and it's fatal. But there have been cases where people, like, let's say there was a motorcycle accident here not too long ago, and I think it was up in Tennessee. And I haven't heard a follow-up to this, which is crazy, because I heard he crashed his bike, went off a ravine. It was out of sight, but it wasn't enough to obviously kill him. And I want to say the story said he laid there for 3 weeks and was found alive. And as crazy as that sounds, and I could be wrong, but I want to say I read that. And you're thinking to yourself, 3 weeks without water? I was like, there's no way. But what if he crashed into a creek and he's laying in the water, or he's laying next to water and he can't move, but he can scoop water into his mouth? You know, eat bugs is something like that. Like, it's possible to survive if you have that survival instinct. So there is if I could get involved in a missing person case and I had the tools to search for this missing person, I would love to have that feeling of there's a chance. You know, they've only been missing 1 day. They've only been missing 3-4 days. There is a chance they could be saved. And for the life of me, it's killing every time. Like, this happens a lot, and I don't talk about it that much, but there is, like, people go missing all the time, and I believe they could have been found alive. They could have been saved had there been a search immediately, you know. But more times than not, oh, they just ran away. Oh, they're out partying. Oh, they're out drinking. Oh, I'm sure they're fine. They just went for a walk. They'll be back later. Oh, that happens a lot. And then there's not an actual search party until that window has faded or is closed completely on the window of survival. You know what I mean? And obviously, everything that I'm saying right now, this is just me running off at the mouth, but this is really stuff that I truly do believe in. And I think we really could make a difference. But the biggest problem is funding. That's the biggest problem, is how do you find funding for stuff like this? Obviously, I mean, there is a way, like government grants and all this other stuff, funding for nonprofits. And but I tell you what, I don't know the first thing about getting a government grant. All I know is it is ridiculously complex and complicated, and I don't know how to do it. Yeah, I hear you can hire people to do it, but I'm sure that costs money. Grant writers, I guess. I don't know how any of this works. It would be nice to have somebody on my side. Like, I know everybody's on my side, don't get me wrong, but it would be nice to have like somebody that I could talk to who knows like the grant writing process. Because like, I think at the end of the day, that's how I think that's how that works. Unless you're rich. If you're rich and you can afford all these toys, and you're like, that's great. But how many rich people do you know that are out stomping in the mud or searching for hours, you know, with sonar equipment, searching for missing people free of charge? You're either rich and you're doing your rich stuff, or you're poor and you want to help out the community. It's weird. That's very weird. You know, it's just a very hard line. No gray zone. You know, rich, easy life, normal life, want to help, but don't have the funds for normal life. Rich person, greedy. Normal person needs funding. I don't know. It's a messed up world we're living in, man. I'll tell you what. And I can't believe it, but we have been going 53 minutes, 35 seconds. And me just, I don't know. I don't know if you guys are really enjoying this. I really hope you guys are. It started off a little bit rocky, but I think we picked up on it as I started talking, because if you guys can't tell, I am incredibly passionate about this. I'm very passionate about what we're doing. Shit. Let me jump up here real quick. And as you can see, every 30 minutes, I got to, I think it's 20 minutes. Damn camera shuts off and I got to push the button to start it again. But at least you guys can still hear me, so you don't miss any of that. But what I'm trying to say is I am incredibly passionate about this. And it's just me and Adam, because everything fell apart a long time ago with teamwork and everybody doing their own thing. So it's kind of just dog eat dog when it comes to searching. And nobody trusts anybody. Everybody's got to, like, if it ain't been searched by me, then it hasn't been searched. Shit. That's just stupid. But that just goes to show you nobody trusts anybody. So this whole searching and YouTubers and online and content creators and stuff, they're all like, it's just a shit show. Everybody's crippled. Like, they're searching with one hand behind their back because nobody can work together. And I'm as guilty as anybody else. I don't trust anybody else. I like the fact, I'm kind of the same way. I was like, well, if I haven't searched it, then how do I know for sure? But at the same time, I don't want to waste my time. It's just, I don't know. I'm just that went way left. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But what I'm trying to say is the passion is there, and I really just enjoy the whole helping people. I like that feeling. And it's not just YouTube and making videos and trying to make money and stuff. That's all part of it. This is all tied into the career that I created. And now it's just like, how do I next level it? How do I upgrade everything? And I think doing these live streams every single day, it helps. We get the word out about missing people. And maybe somebody watching these live streams will know something that I don't. Like, we know where the address of this guy is now. We know he lived right here, and we know apparently somebody said he walked out the back door 2:30 in the morning and vanished. And unfortunately, behind his house is a massive amount of land. Look, you just keep zooming out. Look at that. That is massive. So maybe I'm not very surprised that they haven't found him yet, because who knows how far he made it? Like, these are all just crazy questions that we just don't know. So we gotta assume this guy was probably the top. He was like so in shape, and he could walk for miles until he finally, something happened. He tripped and fell, or he passed out, or he just succumbed to the elements. If he had dementia and he just keeps on going until he gets exhausted, that could happen. But how far? That's the real question. How far did this guy go? So after talking about this for quite a while, I want to say, like, my theory on this is he went out the back door, and then it's literally, it's just hit or miss how far he went. We're talking this area. This is a massive area. How far did he go? And which way did he go? Did he get turned around and start doing circles everywhere? Did he walk straight, or did he think he was walking straight and do a big giant U? Maybe he did that over here and he did end up in this water. But the fact they never found a body in the water either, because we all know in May, everything's warm. So if he passed away or drowned in this lake, he would have floated and somebody would have seen it. This is a popular lake. For the people that live there, at least, there's houses all over this thing. I'm sure they're fishing in this and stuff. It's pretty swampy too. It doesn't even look like it's that deep. But somebody would have seen something, you would think. And May is not the coldest. So if he passed away somewhere close to someone's residence, you're gonna start smelling something. Decomposition is a smell that you recognize, to be honest with you. Yeah, Philip says surely this is a job for hounds. That's another thing. I would love to know what like oh my gosh, the dog thing. It's just such a crazy. Like, I thought I could get a dog and train him to smell. And I didn't even get to the point of getting the right smell, because cadaver dogs, you train them with decomposition. but it has to be human. If you train them with a dead possum, they're going to go find dead possums. That's what I hear. So you got to train them with actual human smell. And it's pretty hard to come by, to be honest. I guess you wouldn't be surprised because it is a human body. You just can't go to the store and pick up body parts. So I could never find the smell, and they sell synthetic smell, but it was $1,000. And I just like, man, and it takes a long time to train these animals. So there's already companies out there that have dogs, but the problem is, can the companies with the dogs get on location fast enough to make a difference? Like something I just thought about. I'm curious. He went missing May 3rd, and the story goes, this had May 3rd, hundreds of volunteers. Well, this is May 21st. This was posted May 21st. And the way they're talking, hundreds of volunteers will arrive at approximately 8 a.m. today. So it was posted 21st. So I guess this story came out on the 21st, and he went missing on the 3rd. So they didn't conduct a huge search with hundreds of people for, what is this, over 2 weeks? The window is closed on this poor guy after 2-3 weeks. You think, especially if he has no water, he's going to die of dehydration pretty quick. If for some reason he had water next to him, he still could have been found alive. But let's be honest, May, Tennessee, out in the woods, super humid, hot. This is a bad environment for somebody to go missing in, especially if they're just laying there with no food or water. So it took that long to get a search party going, an organized search party. I feel that's too long. So obviously I don't know what I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I don't know if there were dogs. I just don't know. I don't know if anybody was taking it serious on the search party when it came to, could we still find him alive? Were they out there yelling? You ever see the movies when they're out there searching for a missing person? There's like hundreds of people with flashlights, and they're looking for a missing girl or something. They're yelling her name, and they're I don't know. They're pretty much just yelling, lots of yelling. So they think that the missing person's alive. Do you think anybody was doing that with this search party, or are they just walking around looking for remains, looking for evidence, stuff like that? That's what I think. So who knows? Who flippin' knows? That is so weird. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? I know, like I said, the comments aren't working. They kind of are. Like, I can jump over here to YouTube and look, but they're just running wild. So, I don't have no idea. I tell you what, let's do this. I'm going to watch the YouTube comments. Or question, Jesus Christ. I'm going to watch the chat right now. And if you guys got any questions, tag me or just use like 3 Qs and then ask your question or comment. I'll read it aloud. We'll go through some comments together and see if that works. I might have to leave I'll tell you what, I'm going to move this over here because now I got 2 screens. So now I can go over here. Oh, yeah, that's better. See, check this out. So now I got a live chat for Rumble on this side over here. And then I got, boom, you guys are right here, YouTube. All right. So let's try that. I know there's probably a huge delay too, so it's going to take a minute for anybody's questions to come through. But over here, let's see here. That's the rainbow thing. I don't know why the comments don't come through near as much on Rumble, but YouTube goes nuts. It's pretty cool. You guys are awesome. I've been trying while we're sitting here waiting to see if anybody wants to ask me questions. Like over on Rumble, you can add these little commercials. Makes me a little money, but none of them work. I have to talk to my guy. I'll just even this crap one right here. I don't want to read all that. No, that's weird. That's weird stuff, man. Hey, let's go over here. Putt had a good question or a good statement. Let's see if I can go back and find his. Someone doing research on Alzheimer's and dementia say they are usually found within 1.5 miles from the place last seen. Also, that they travel either north or south, maybe following the sun or moon. So if there's a moon in the sky, and he might have been just watching the moon the whole time, kind of zoning out, just walking, following the moon. That's a really that's a good thing to think about. Like how, man, now you just got to think about the investigator in you. How can you figure out where was the moon aligned at 2:35 a.m. May 3rd, right? Where was the moon at in the sky? And then like recreate that, stand on his back porch, like the moon would have been right there. Let's walk that way and see what happens. And then you just start walking. What are the chances that he was following the moon and until he passed out from exhaustion and passed away? That is a great point. So because he could have walked out of his house, looked like, I don't know, maybe he walked out to take a piss or something. And then he just like kind of looked up, and I'm like, maybe, I don't know how dementia works, but he just kind of zoned out and he saw that and he just kind of just started taking a walk. That's a good point. That's a really good point. It'd be fun to know that stuff. I have no idea how to do that kind of research. I'm sure it's easy to figure out, but it might take me a minute to figure that one out. I do see the YouTube chat right now. Ellison Repair. I'm watching that, and I got the chat over here for Rumble. Let's see here. Illinois Redhead. She said, "Can you ask a local medical examiner for a sample of D-comp or the body farm in Tennessee? I think those people would donate their bodies to science." I haven't asked yet, but I'm sure the word would be no. Now, granted, I do have the fact that I have a legit nonprofit, but it doesn't focus on dogs, but it's part of searching. So it is possible, but I don't know if I would have the credentials to really be taken serious and be like, oh, you're a nonprofit. I don't know. Maybe they'll look me up and realize like, oh, you're a new nonprofit. You're a nobody. But I don't know. I could definitely ask and find out. So I tell you what, if I figure out something, I'll let you know. We'll go from there. But either way, I still got this goofy beagle. Jeez. And I don't know if I can train this thing. I don't even know if she's trainable yet. She definitely has a good smeller on her. She'll smell stuff out in the woods and start barking. She hit on a bear yesterday, and there was a bear out back. So and she went nuts. Like you can't deny when she gets a hit on the smell, she'll let everybody know. Like there's something out there. She'll scream. But so technically, you think she could be trained? Like she hits on a decomp, she'll smell it. I don't know, and I'm sure I could train her too. I think I could do it. I just don't know. I don't know. And I'm a busy man. Deb, wonder what the weather was like in Sparta on May 3rd when he went missing. Was there a full moon? Yeah. Just to follow up on what I was saying there, like besides the full moon, was it a clear night? Was it a nice sky? Stuff like that. If it was cloudy, obviously, he's just going to wander. But if he had something to lock onto, like the moon, that could have guided him to just keep on going. That's got me thinking, to be honest with you. I'd love to see if we could recreate that whole May 3rd. Like, what did the night sky look like on May 3rd? I'm sure there's like an astrologist, astrophysicist, somebody who knows the stars in the sky. I'm sure they could figure that out. Like, it's common knowledge to them. Probably they could figure it out over like on a Google search. See, we asked the question. Let's go back over here. Just came from watching yesterday's stream. I much appreciate it. Where we going? We're going for an hour and 7 minutes. And I know this, like every other live stream, dude, I'm trying to figure it out the best I can. But obviously I'm running into problems all the time. But like I said, we're getting the bugs out of this thing. So it's a lot easier. Now, like I said, I'm hard-lined into the internet. We're not doing Wi-Fi no more. So I'm assuming the live stream quality was great. That's what I'm assuming. I hope it says excellent condition on YouTube. So we'll see what happens on that. Let me see. Erica says, reach out to Duty Ron, Ed Wallace. Ed knows the body farm. And I got a very large undiscovered art wob. It might be spam, but it might not be on Twitch. They said they want to offer me a promotion, more viewers, all that stuff. Let's stick to the topic of conversation here. The topic at hand. Let's see. Dorothy Daughtry said no moon May 3rd. That sucks. I was totally like thinking that could be a clue. Well, crap. If there's no moon, that means, what does that mean? What about the stars? Were there sparkly stars that night? Did he lock on to the North Star or the bright ones? I wonder what the night sky looked like May 3rd. I don't know. That sucks, though. If there's no moon, that kind of defeats that whole theory. Can you start 1 hour later so I can get home on time? I'll see what I can do. But obviously, it is the bigger picture. If everybody likes 6 p.m., we're probably going to have to stick with it. But if everybody likes 7 p.m., we'll definitely go with it. It's really all about how many people I can get to watch me at any given time. And I hope everybody doesn't say, do it at 9 a.m. because I don't think it's going to happen because I just got so much going on. Let me see here. Let me do this really quick. Somebody asked about the nonprofit. I just added it in the link in the chat for YouTube. We'll always be here unless the worst happens with lots of Z's. Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's the nonprofit. The nonprofit is based on searching for missing people and cleaning up the waterways. We do both. We got so much equipment for searching for missing people. The sonar, the boats, we got all the dive gear. Everything's great. And we're putting it to work, right? Georgia Diving Recovery. That link is to the nonprofit, like I just said. And I Googled weather May 3rd in Sparta, found all the information straight away. What'd you find out? Did they say, like, was it clear skies? Was it cloudy? Was it rainy, thunderstorm, stuff like that? Kind of curious. Yeah, Linda and anybody else that's going to rewatch this, it starts off bad, like always. I forgot to click go live on the YouTube side. So the first, I don't know. Let's see here. The first 6 minutes and 20 seconds, I was talking to just Rumble, and everybody was just waiting for me to go live on YouTube. So I kind of dropped the ball there. So actually, it might work because if you click on YouTube to watch the replay, it'll start with me laughing at myself because I'm such a dummy. And then over here on Rumble, if you watch that replay, it's going to be a huge shit show. But you know what? Everybody knows I'm human, and I'm definitely not a professional at this live streaming gig. But I really want to be, and it's just going to take practice. That's all it is. Simple as that. See what everybody else said here. Question: when is your next trip, and who will you be searching for? Well, see, that's a problem telling you guys about that one, because we are already in the process of searching for somebody, and we have a target that we're going to be searching this weekend, and we are very optimistic that this could end with good news because it's a very old cold case, but we do not know. So don't get too excited. But at the same time, there's a lot of secrecy to this one because there are people involved who are unhappy with us. And so we don't want to tip them off. At the same time, we don't want to piss them off. So we're being very secretive about what we're doing this weekend. But by the end of the day, Sunday, you will know everything. Win or lose, me and Adam, I'm going to be going live. I'm going to do the same stuff I've been doing now, but it's going to be just on my phone. So it's going to be a little more rugged, just setting up my phone in the RV or something. Me and Adam are going to talk about the day, talk about what we did. And we have a very fun, hard day coming up on Saturday. And Saturday we're going to be recovering a vehicle, and we have a very special guest joining us, but it's a secret, and it's very exciting because this is a very well-known person, and we're definitely want to build up the hype. We don't want to give it away now. We're going to keep it a secret. So I know you guys are all going to hate me for that, but you're going to love it at the end. Put it that way. And then these videos that we've been sitting on, because it's 2 weeks ago we started it, and we expected to finish the videos, obviously the same day so we could put them out to you guys. Didn't happen. So that's why, for one, you guys didn't get any out in the field searching videos. All you got was live streams, which most of you enjoy. I do get hate for it, but most of you guys are enjoying the live streams, especially when I actually have something to talk about. And now that I got this second screen going, it's kind of cool because I feel like I can show you stuff, interesting things. And it doesn't look like, okay, well, hold on a second. Let me click here and then drag it over here and then click. Yeah, no, that's the stupid part of live stream, is you want it to be quick and you want to look professional. That's the biggest thing. But this live stream, I kind of got burned on this live stream, though, because the YouTube isn't linking up with Rumble Studio, so the numbers aren't coming in. So it doesn't Rumble thinks that I'm only getting this many numbers when actually I have like over double that because YouTube numbers. So kind of sucks, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm not greedy. I like hanging out with you guys. Georgia diving recovery, you are a big fat liar. I will meet up with you. It's just, the game. We're super busy, and especially now we're all in survival mode. So it's 90 miles an hour all day. And then I did so much today. And the only thing I could think about was, man, I want this live stream to go off with. I want it to be amazing. And sure enough, I pissed it away at the beginning, but it always ends on a good note. But other than that, you know what? We've been live for, well, it really depends. We've been live on Rumble for 1 hour and 15 minutes, and you go over here to YouTube, it's only been 1 hour and 6 minutes. But we made that hour mark, and that's usually my goal. And it's really cool to see you guys hang out with me for this long. We need to get these numbers up, though. So I'm just hoping the daily lives will bring in more of an audience. I think we got let me see here. I got about 300 hardcore YouTube viewers that are ride or die and are that join every stream I got. Now, the problem is I got 620,000 subscribers. 300 people are watching the live stream. You see how jacked up those numbers are? It drives me nuts, and I don't know how to fix it. But I guess the only thing I can do is just talk to you guys, and apparently you enjoy listening to my voice. So I'm hoping I can keep it entertainable, so to speak. And I'm a goofball, but I don't want to be a goofball when I talk about missing people. Obviously I want to be serious about that stuff. That's how it should be. Dust puzzle. Nug, you did well. See you tomorrow. Awesome. Well, on that note, you know what? Oh, Discord. You know what I need to do? I should try looking into Discord, see if that works. But nope, we're just rambling. Here we go. This is it. This is the end. I want you guys to make sure you are obviously following this channel, liking, subscribing, and all that stuff. Rumble, new page, loving every second of it. You should definitely go over to Rumble and check it out. No advertising. It's literally, I'm having a great time over there, and I get to say what I want. And I'm still on YouTube, so apparently I haven't made them mad yet. So this is just win-win. And we're trying to figure out Facebook. It is a big giant mystery on how they're running things over there. But what can you do? All you can do is just keep on posting, keep hanging out, making friends, and just keep going that way. And that's just how it is. So either way, the biggest thing I want you guys to do is if you want to support us the best you can, go to the nonprofit. It's rapidcc.org. That is the best way to keep us on the road. The money goes straight into the nonprofit's bank account. It doesn't get spent on anything except keeping us on the road, keeping us fed, and keeping the equipment maintained. That's it. We're not blowing the money on stupid stuff. And if you guys have any questions on how the money is spent, it's an open book. There's no secrets to nonprofits. You can figure it out on your own, or I'll just tell you, because I'm an honest person and I'm definitely not about wasting anybody's money, because it's hard-earned money. So everybody that donates to the nonprofit, it's the most amazing feeling to know that total strangers I've never met are giving me money so I could go out and help the community. Amazing feeling. I never thought I would have this many people supporting me just doing, helping out. It's a weird feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's crazy. I'm glad y'all like me. Let's put it that way. But live stream over. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we will start it off better. And I need to find me another case to talk about. And I bet you it's probably going to be out of Tennessee. Who really knows? But either way, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Awesome live stream. I will see you guys tomorrow. This might take a while to shut down.